I'm Corey. Welcome back to my channel, Get Sharp, a safe place for all of us to geek out on sharp things. So for those that have been following, you may have seen a couple of recent posts and noticed that I haven't posted a video for a couple days. Well, wasn't only 4 or 5 days ago, a subscriber gave me an awesome recommendation, and that was to do more close-ups, like close-ups of knives and everything. And that was my most recent video, my sharpening process start to finish. I was just so ecstatic about how that video turned out. It was the best one I've done. And I say that in the title. Anyhow, a couple days ago, I had 2 customers ring me within an hour of each other. They dropped off some shears and a very interesting piece of equipment, a skid fin for a hydroplane. So I was excited to put those on film for you. And unfortunately, I was setting that camera up right over here for a close-up right here, and had to make an adjustment to it. I had to get over here and focus things. As I went to do so, I noticed the cord was hung up over here, so I walked away for a second. I didn't realize the third leg of the tripod wasn't fully extended, and as I let go and took a step, my sixth sense kicked in, and I looked. By the time I looked, the camera was about a foot off the ground, and bam! The tripod head took the brunt of the blow, thank God. But I had the external display for the camera extended, and that got hit hard. It snapped the bus cable that connects the monitor, the swivel monitor, to the camera mainframe. So yeah, I was able to find that part, but it's going to take 3 weeks to get it. Went ahead and ordered a new camera. Right now we're filming on a Sony a6700. I've heard only good things about it, a couple negatives. But today, really right now, this is really a test for me to see how this quality comes across. If you're watching this, please, please, please give me a couple of comments below on, if the color looks good, if the sharpness is there, the focus, etc. It's really my goal is to deliver the highest quality content that I can afford to offer you. But yeah, so far so good, and thank God. The camera that took a shit or a fall had a $500 lens on it, the Sony 1.8 by 50 millimeter lens. It's alive, and we're shooting on it now. So that saved me $500, and I'm grateful for that. So anyhow, let's do something. Let's play with the knife, right? Got this guy here. Quick background on this knife. Time to time, my wife visits a thrift store. It's kind of little higher class one than like a Goodwill or a Value Village. But at the end of the day, it's a thrift store, right? And but she likes to visit it from time to time, nonetheless. And I tell her anytime she goes to these thrift stores, I'm like, keep your eye out for any kind of knives that look unique and that are under $10. This is what she found. And this is a butcher knife, from what I gather. I'm no expert on what makes what shape of knife, what kind of knife, but quick Google image search, and this comes back as a butcher knife. Cool thing about this thing, it's stamped with with Japan on it, so it's Japanese. It's made in Japan, but I think it's just kind of your your TJ Maxx of Japanese knives. It's nothing special. It's super lightweight. Like, this thing weighs nothing. Seems like it'd be a good, get 2 more of these, you can juggle them. But anyhow, it's stainless steel. I know that because it says it right here. And yeah, I am gonna do some close-ups. I'm a little hesitant. I did some cable management though. So the cables are, yeah, hopefully we don't have another, we cannot have another incident. But yeah, my love for what I've been doing with the camera and YouTube over the last couple weeks, I was like, I can't wait 3 weeks. cameras they have out now with the big challenge I had. If you care, skip ahead. I'll put the time frame here. But if you care to hear about my feedback on cameras, the 6600, like, almost bought it again. You know, it would have saved me $500 to do so. But the autofocus and tracking on that thing was a friggin' nightmare. Even the last video, so I've been filming on it 2 weeks. The very last video where it crashed, that one, my last two, I guess scenes you'd call them, takes, were out. I was out of focus and the Tormek was in focus. It's like, it's got a mind of its own. It really loved the Range Rover. It would always get autofocused on there. That is not a plug for Range Rover at all. Beautiful cars, vehicles, but no. Anyhow, this thing, so far so good. The auto tracking, the autofocus seems to be really good. I doubt I haven't the settings dialed in all the way either, but we're gonna get there. A couple days, these videos are gonna be looking hopefully better than before and in focus. I'm just gonna set up my knife jig here as I drool. The other reason I've been out and not posting anything, because I could have used a camera. My wife and I own a miniature parrot. It's called a green cheek conure. His name's Ace. We've been part of his flock, I think 11 years. He's in the ER right now. He came down with pneumonia. We have no idea or why. Of course, the vets, they think it's Teflon or something like that, but they don't know how neurotic my wife is when it comes to keeping our baby bird safe. Anyhow, yeah, Wednesday night, last night was extremely difficult. Lots of crying, lots of emotions. But we just got back. We've been back home maybe 45 minutes. And, you know, right before we went to visit him, they were like, yeah, he's really not eating much still. His breathing seems better. Can't say one way or another if pneumonia's getting better. But anyhow, we went down there with some cheese and crackers. Like, I took the shit I know he can't say no to. We didn't tell him we were doing this, but anyways, they set us up in the visiting room. He's in his little, you know, translucent box getting pumped oxygen into him. The saddest thing ever, trust me. And let him build up a little oxygen from the move from one room to another. Came in there with his strawberry banana smoothie. Oh man, he was on it. It's like, okay, little bird, there's your smoothie. Boom. How about some cheese? He's on it. How about some cracker? He's on it. So we filled him up. We got 3 shits out of him in about a half hour. So he's got a full belly, and Tanya got to hold him for the first time since the incident started, and so did I, which was a bad idea because now he doesn't want to go back in his little oxygen box. But I'm gonna do this test film, and we're gonna run back down there and try to pump him up with some more junk food before the nighttime. So, all right, I've already pre-soaked the stone. I've got my knife jig attached, and I preset the angle at 25 degrees. I'm not sure about this steel here. I'm assuming it's a cheap knife because it, you know, feels very lightweight and kind of flimsy, and they didn't put much effort into the handle. So I'm assuming it might be a lower end stainless, if there's such a thing. So with that said, I'm putting a 25 bevel on this blade. So with it being more obtuse, the idea is that it will take longer. So normally my blades, I like them a little tighter, right? Like so, but on like this. On this one, I'm gonna try this again. I like my blades like this. On this one, I'm doing this. The idea is we have more mass behind the apex of the blade. So it will in fact last longer, the edge that we put on it. And a knife like this will be used for more than likely, we'll probably take fillets of salmon and divide them up into smaller pieces before we throw them in the oven. We'll probably take leftover chicken, dice it up before we throw it in some fried rice. So I mentioned this is kind of a test run video, given the new camera. I'm looking for feedback from y'all. Good thing we did. It automatically shut off after 11 minutes of filming due to overheating. I had read that this can happen. So I do have this thing set at I believe I have it set up at 6K and 60 frames per second. So we may have to adjust down, or maybe we need to buy a fan and set up a fan blowing cool air on this thing. I don't know. But you missed my story about Mark and his skid fin. He brought it in and he races hydroplanes, and while racing ran into a stick or something and put a big dent on the front side of the skid fin blade. So he says, can you grind that dent out of there? So absolutely. And then he says, since you sharpen, could you sharpen it up? And I say, oh, okay, yeah, of course. He's thinking it might reduce drag, since that thing's flowing through the water. Hydrodynamics, I know nothing about it. Anyhow, I say, how sharp do you want it? He says, as sharp as you can get it. I don't think he realized how sharp I can make things. Anyways, he needs it back same day. I finish up at 9 o'clock. Busy day. He runs over here at 10. I run out to the driveway to hand it off to him. We're chit-chatting. I had it all put away nice, to protect the blade and protect whoever handles it. And I guess I kind of forgot to mention hey, you told me to go sharp. He just starts grabbing at it, and I had to jump in and say, whoa, 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 slow down there, Just terrified he was gonna cut himself. But anything, I had that. Dude, that thing, I was popping hairs on my arm with it. I put some time on the stropping wheel with it, which was fun. I don't use the stropping wheel for everything, but that was kind of the perfect thing to put on there. All right. But yeah, between my camera incident and now my baby Parrot in the ER, I've just been burning money. So I have a fun little cut test today. I figure we might as well just cut some bills up. See that guy right there? Had a little incident with that skid fin. I forget, I lost focus for 1 second and dug in there. Of course, the camera was broke at that moment. But anyways, it's not that deep. It'll be gone in a week or so. Ooh, wow, for the first time in a long time, my bluestone actually feels kind of dried out. Just sounds different. But yeah, what a bummer, man. I had so much good content lined up for Wednesday. And I fucked my camera. I'm really hopeful though that I can get it working again, because it wouldn't be bad to just have a, camera, this camera for the long shots and just have the other one set up for the close-ups. And that would further secure the likelihood of the new one never getting messed up. All right, our burr's on this side, so we're gonna start grinding on this side. And the shears I sharpened for John, my other customer, those turned out really good. My first run though, I got a little nervous because I put them back together and they were cutting great except for in one spot. And I got my loop out and I was looking at that spot and I couldn't see any issues. So I was just at a loss, but then I come to find out that these were 40-year-old shears. They had been bent up a little bit. So I worked the profile of one of the blades a little bit and slapped it back on the bluestone here for a couple passes, and boom, they were good as new. You also have to tighten the nut just right on those. If you over tighten, under tighten, it just doesn't really go well. But boy, did that lift my confidence on sharpening shears. I'm gonna have to start charging more for those though eventually, because they do take a little bit more time. Finding the edge angle is not easy to do. Sit on this heel a little bit. All right, guys, we're gonna be cutting this video off here pretty quick because my wife and I are gonna go back to go visit Ace. He needs his flock. He needs to feel supported. He's been he's been with Tanya and I, with the exception of leaving a couple times a year for a week or two for vacation. Like, he only knows us, and our friends and family. So this is a really scary experience for him, I'm sure. So if you all, I'm not even gonna ask to hit the like button this one. Please just put out good vibes. I believe in manifesting. Help me manifest that Corey at Get Sharp's Bird Ace is already getting better. And it's just going to be a couple more days before he's back to his normal self. I really appreciate that, guys. And then when he comes home and he's healthy enough, we'll get him here on the stream. I've been wanting to do it, but there is a little bit of a danger factor with this wheel spinning with no brakes, no safety stop, other than me touching it. And boy, would I be crushed if he got hurt on this thing. Not worth it. All right, let's see if this thing can cut. From this far away, I can't tell if she's in focus or not, but if I had to guess, that camera does such a good job at the autofocus. Cool thing too, it has an app. The A6600 had an app too, but I don't know, that app felt like it was 2003. It wasn't that great. This one feels pretty good. Feels like 2019. Sony's one of those companies that wouldn't be long. They're gonna AI's gonna force in or offer the capabilities where their camera app is just next level. All right, guys. Again, just having fun today, chit chat, and I'm giving you an update on what's been going on in my life. I really do appreciate all your support. Again, my goal: 500 subscribers by the end of summer. Every day we're adding 2 to 3, which is huge. Like I can't believe it. you know, this was really just something to try, and now I'm like, wow, people are actually like engaging and watching, and I got people reaching out to me via email, which is really cool. I'm still waiting for someone to take me up on my offer to, all you got to do is cover the shipping. In fact, I'll tell you what, first person, you pay for the shipping to me, I'll pay for the shipping back to you, and I'll feature your knife on our show here. And, oh, that's right, I had a special cut test. You know what? This knife isn't sharp enough for it. I mean, it is sharp, but it's not where I like to have it. It needs to be stropped a little bit, and again, as much as I hate to end this video short, it is what it is. This is an update, and I need to learn when to stop talking and get to the fucking point. So anyways, thank you all for your support. I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to film the next video tomorrow. See you then.